you saw me right now, you would think I look like a hot mess. So I'm glad that I'm in my car and nobody can see me except those who watch this video. I'm one of these that when I hit the ground running and I don't stop until I go to bed. And when I get up at 6 a.m. and I'm running all day long and working 3 days a week and doing youth stuff on the other days and trying to keep up a household and be a wife and a mom and a friend and, you know, do all the things that the day requires of me, I have just gotten exhausted here lately. I've been, my body has just gotten overwhelmed, I guess. My stomach was in knots all night. I didn't feel good. I have got a sinus headache that's brewing, and I'm just feel weak and tired and no energy, and I'm just zapped today. And I think sometimes, you know, we try to do too much, and, you know, God tries to send us little red flags along the way that we need to slow down. Sorry. And a lot of times we don't listen. We try to be this superhuman, super mom, superwoman, superman, you know, character, and we can't do it. We can't do all these things that we're trying to do. And there's sometimes that in order to take care of you, you've got to let some other things go. And you've got to allow God to prune you and to take away the things that don't need to be in your life before you get to the place where you're no good to anybody. You know, maybe the reason you're laying in the bed right now, whether it's a hospital bed or at home, or maybe the reason you've been out of work for a while, or whatever's going on in your life right now, whatever feels like you're stagnant and whatever has you stuck, maybe it's because God has tried to show you that you need to cut back on things and you haven't. Maybe that's the reason that you've got to take a break today, or these past couple of weeks you've had to take a break. Maybe it's because, you know, God has been trying to get your attention and you haven't been listening. It says in Matthew 11:28, it says, "Come." I'm going to read from my iPod here because I want to make sure I get the words exactly right. Like I said, I'm like I'm a zombie today. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." See, these things that God has called us to do, they may come easy to us, but we've got to take some of these other things, these other time fillers, these other things that are not, you know, necessary to be in our lives. We've got to take those and throw them to the side so that we can do the things that God's called us to do. And it says that He will give you rest. He will give you rest. He may throw you on your back and, you know, you'll be in the bed for days, or, you know, you may get sick or something, but it's gonna, sorry, these little kids are walking by my van looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm sitting in my apartment parking lot, and they're like, what's this girl doing? Anyway, but He'll give you rest, and like I said, it may be that, you know, He gives you red flags, and you take heed to those red flags, and you do the things necessary to get rest. Or it may be that you're not listening, and He's gonna forcefully give you that rest because you're not taking it. There's been a time in my life where it's not, as far as rest goes, it doesn't have anything to do with rest, but it is a situation that, you know, God was telling me to do something, and I didn't want to do it. It was hard. I didn't want to do it, and but anyway, I felt like Jonah. Jonah didn't want to do what God called him to do. He didn't want to go to Nineveh, and, you know, God made him go. He got him in the belly of a whale for 3 days, and, you know, He made him go. But I didn't want to do what God was telling me to do. Well, He sent somebody in my life, the person that I was supposed to go to and talk to, and He sent them to me because I wouldn't take the steps to go to them, and they weren't even a Christian. So, you know, God will give you what you need, whether you take it yourself and take the initiative on your own to do it, or He may send situations in your life where you're going to have to take rest and you don't have another option. So I just want to encourage you today, whatever it is that's going on in your life, take that time to get rest that you need and to rejuvenate yourself. And whether it's just physical sleep or whether you need to just lay back in prayer and just talk to God, just take that time to make rest today, because you don't want to end up looking like this, you know. And yeah, have a good day.